Hi, this is Dr. Andy with another remembrance of one of my students. Some of you at home are probably thinking, Dr. Andy, 365 students, that is too many to remember. Where is your script? Some of you are asking where my script is because you feel that these little walk and talks are too long and rambling, and that I need bullet points. I need a script. I need something to read from. Others of you wonder, how do I remember any of this without it written down? Well, we professors who teach classes that are small enough such that we can remember the names of our students, we have special tricks. My father was a magician. Not only was he a magician, he was a mentalist. What does that mean? That he could approximate magic through systems of remembering and assembling facts. It was more complicated than that. And to be honest, my dad never officially trained me as a magician, but I still picked up some tricks, as it were, along the way. And one trick is remembering the names of students. For instance, in the spring of 2026, not long ago, I had a student named Amber. And for whatever reason, I couldn't remember Amber's name. I could remember the name of Amber's classmates, but not Amber's name. Now, is it because I don't have any close friends named Amber? Yes. Is it also because I don't have any relatives named Amber? Yes. There weren't enough associations for me to remember the name Amber. But then I remembered that Amber was an English major in a writing and fine arts class. Now, don't get me wrong. I love English majors. I myself am an English major. Some of my best friends are English majors. But this is a class that had no room for English majors. Writing and fine arts. Who did we have in there? Actors, dancers, filmmakers, musicians, art historians, art studio majors, art history majors, maybe I already said that, museum studies minors, design majors, technocultural studies majors. These are the subjects that my students study when they take writing and fine arts. But Amber, she was an English major. What was she doing in that class? And how was I going to remember her name? Well, that's when it came to me that Amber was working on a novel, a series of short stories that she wanted to turn into a novel, but still a novel. And I got to thinking about that famous novel. I haven't read it, but I've seen the cinematic adaptation of Jurassic Park. And in Jurassic Park, Amber plays a crucial role. In fact, it could be argued that just as Amber the student had a novel in her, perhaps the novel approximating Jurassic Park for her new generation, so did the Amber in Jurassic Park have mosquitoes in them that, spoiler alert, had the blood of dinosaurs in them. And through cloning and the ill-advised use of a particular frog, that DNA could turn into dinosaurs. Or at least that's the premise of the book and of the film. So, I had my answer. I would just associate Amber with velociraptors. I don't have any velociraptors in my family either. Pardon the tunnel. There goes my lighting. But I can remember velociraptors. In fact, Those of us who went and saw Jurassic Park in the theater found it difficult to forget velociraptors, no matter how much we tried. And thus, I was able to learn the name Amber. Amber, the English major, future novelist. So that's one of the tricks that I use to remember Amber's name. And I have similar tricks to remember all the other names of my students. Why are you bringing up Amber, Dr. Andy? I'll tell you why. Because that class that I taught in the spring of 2026, those were the only students that I've ever told that I was retiring. I said, I think in our last class, students, I'm retiring in a year. And there was a gasp in the room. Some students thought, but didn't say, Dr. Andy, you look way too young to retire. Amber thought and did say out loud, but Dr. Andy, you love your job. It's true, Amber, and it's true to all of you that I do love my job. I love teaching excellent UC Davis students. I love working on texts, reading and explicating texts. I love the performative elements of teaching. And I love that job I have with Academic Technology Services as the academic director. I get to host lots of events with faculty from across the disciplines. That said, as you know, if you've watched any of these videos, over the course of this pre-anniversary year, does that make any sense? As we lead up to my date of retirement, July 1st, 2027, I will be creating one video and publishing one video a day featuring 365 students who I've taught during my 36 and a half years so far, 10 students a year. I can do it. Why? Because I can remember my students. I have tricks. Just ask Amber. If you'd like to join me on this journey, I hope you'll like this video. It'll help someone else find it. And make sure to subscribe so that you never miss a fascinating remembrance by Dr. Andy about the students that he's taught during a lifetime of teaching. Here's a video that YouTube thinks will interest you. I hope you'll check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you next time right here on YouTube. Bye-bye.